everybody, Karen from Ask the Spirit Guides. Click! I had to show you this mug. Hey, bedheads, not buttheads. Isn't this the cutest thing? Somebody sent this to me a while back. Oh my gosh. So adorable. Okay, we have a lot to talk about today. We're sort of finishing up the 4th video. I've got the sweater on. The 4th video of the I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. Anyways, we're going to go over your comments, okay? We started this conversation about 7 videos ago, all right? About these 2 creators on YouTube that 3 actually, that I was exploring their ideas, right? And we're still going to explore their ideas. And however, I don't even know where to go with this. Like, things are so in kind of an interesting way, not for me, like in an overwhelming way. And my sister's going to be like, you didn't even say what you're going to talk about up front. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm talking about today. Because we're exploring today. It'll all come full circle, okay? And then tomorrow night, I'm going to get back to that outline that we'd been going over, this one, based on what those 3 creators have been talking about. So we're going to get back to this, but I wanted to share first today. I did a post yesterday to ask the community, if you've been watching any of those videos that I've been watching, what are your thoughts? And I'm going to share what your guys' thoughts are. Very interesting. Only 11 people responded, but all of you were extremely consistent in your responses. So I think that's worth sharing for the community. And, but we're going to explore why. Like, I want to explore why you guys felt that way. So I think that's interesting. This is not a diss on those creators at all. Okay. So, but I do think it is interesting for us to explore why people felt the way they did. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to finish up your comments on the first 4 parts of this. We're going to finish that up today. And part of your comments were about, I know many of you are feeling the financial, feeling of something financial is coming, right? If you just listen to economists, it's kind of hard to not think that. So, but we're going to talk about your financial fears and reset concerns. And I'll do my best to ask the Lead Team Collective some questions about that today. Okay. We have already asked in the past about Social Security, and Lead Team said that Social Security will still be there. Okay. So for those of you who are worried about that, we're going to talk a little bit about what you guys want to continue doing. And then you guys did have a bunch of questions that I'll ask the Lead Team Collective for these first 4 areas. Then we're going to go in tomorrow. We're going to start going into the next areas. And we're just exploring stuff, because I am finding that by exploring, it's helping me see the world differently, which I think is really important. It's helping to see the gray in the world, which I think is really important. At this point, I'm not looking for right or wrong answers. But the next level after this, which is the next rabbit hole I've gone down. See, I'm already on this other rabbit hole at this point. I'm like beyond this, but I'm going to finish it up here for the community since I started that. I am starting to suspect, and I don't know, but you know how we say we're spiritual beings having a human experience? I kind of think we're galactic beings having a human experience. I don't know, but is that any different? Probably not. I do think there's still source. So I ended up, has anybody listened to, and just don't go, I mean, feel free, but this isn't the rabbit hole we're going to go down right now. I do want to finish this series first. But does anybody watch Amelio Ortez? Okay, so he interviewed Ishmael or Ortez, I think well, no, it's not Ortez. It's Ishmael somebody. Okay. I don't know his last name, but it ends with a Z. I know that because Amelio said that at the end of his interview. And at the same time, Alex, is it Alex from Next Soul? Shit. Sorry. So bad. Anytime I talk about links and stuff, I'll put them in the description. Next Level Soul, is that what it is? Now I just saw he put out a video that somebody said, we're not really spirits, we're okay. And it's just so weird to me that the rabbit hole I'm going down, obviously the algorithm feeds you this stuff, but it's also people they're having on too. And these are pretty big podcasts and people I listen to. I like Sterling, don't get me wrong. I like everybody. I like the people we've been talking about, Honey and Lisa, and some of you don't. Like some of you find, it's not that you don't like them, but their messaging is off for you. And I love exploring the idea as to why, because that helps all of us explore, to continue sharpening our discernment. That's really what we want to do. Each of us individually, because we are each sovereign beings. That part I am clear on. All right. We all have free will. We are sovereign beings. We get to decide if we're going to stay in a low vibration, a high vibration. Some people won't want to talk about the kind of stuff I've been talking about here because it feels more low vibration, which I totally agree. The topics are lower vibration. But I kind of feel like my mission right now is to help, because I'm doing it for myself, to help all of us explore all these things that I'm looking at so that we can get to that higher vibration, right? So I do think everybody who's in the public eye right now is there for a different reason. Attracting different people for different reasons because of their level or place of enlightenment, right? And the people who are more enlightened here, I've talked about this before, I'm so grateful that you continue to stay here because you might find that a lot of what we talk about here is not where you're at. However, your comments are contributing so much for us who are at that, I would say more that middle range right now of continuing to move this way. And I really feel grateful to you that you're holding out your hand to us, including the people who just made all these 11 comments, because that gives all of us, I'd encourage everybody who's been listening to this series to go, well, I'm going to talk about them. Okay. But, if you've been listening to Honey and Lisa and that JMC broadcasting, which I'm done at this point with what they're talking about, because they're just idolizing Trump too much. I can't. Like, it's not, if they were idolizing Biden too much, I would feel the same way. It doesn't, or Obama, it's not about that. It's just, it's gross. I'm sorry, but allegedly, it's not even alleged. That's what they do. So I'm not trying to slander them because you still might find useful information, but it's unfortunate that they do that because you might find helpful information there. I had the same reaction because I'm open to listening to anybody right now. So I actually, Roseanne Barr's podcast on Rumble had come across my feed. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm curious to see, because I've seen Roseanne on Sean Atwood's before when she was talking about MK Ultra. And I was curious to see what her podcast was about. And so I listened to for about 30 minutes. Her and her son were going back and forth. And while she had really good things to say, there were a few really good nuggets in there. She was talking out of both ends of her ass. I'm sorry to say it that way, but she was. Because on the one hand, she was talking about how love is the most important thing and all this kind of stuff. But at the same time, their entire conversation was very divisive. Libs, and, it's like, well, if you're going to have spiritual conversations or stuff that's going on in the world, she's still, I mean, they have like total hatred. Like, that's how they come off. And then at the end of it, they're like trying to talk more spiritual. And it's like, you can't, that just didn't work for me. Major ick. What I'm finding, the reason I think Honey registers for me is because she's talking about things that are not divisive. Now, you might disagree with that, but her ideas are different, and they're kind of interesting to me. But they're not divisive. If somebody is divisive right now, those are the people that I would recommend that we steer clear of right now. Anyone who is still the right and left camp, the Jews versus the Christians, the whatever, white versus black, immigrants versus non-immigrants. Yeah, of course there's issues, but we're not like, I am so beyond those kind of issues at this point. Like, okay. But we've got to get to a place where we are not divisive anymore. The only thing where I would be divisive at today is between low energy and high energy. Evil, fear. I've always stayed away from evil, the devil, that kind of talk my whole life, which was probably not a good thing, because that's probably why I chose that. That's probably what got in the way of my awakening. So I've come to terms that that is it. There's stuff going on. And I would say beyond low vibration, there's stuff going on down here. Low vibration, like lower than low vibration. So I would say, yeah, good versus evil, right? Higher vibration, lower vibration, fear versus love, right? So there is those where that's where you want to decide. That's kind of how I feel right now. Like, that's where you want to decide. Am I going to stay in low vibration? Am I going to stay in fear? Or am I going to continually move myself towards love and higher vibration? And I think everybody here would probably agree with that. Maybe not the way I said it, but that's really our goal. Like, that's ultimately my goal. And ultimately my goal for these conversations too, is to move us all from lower vibration to higher vibration, and then to stay there. I don't know how long my conversations will keep us at the discovery stage, because once I'm done with discovery stage, I'm not sure I will stay there. I probably won't. So, all of our conversations will keep elevating, is my guess. Now, this next rabbit hole we have to go down, though, after this, okay, is going to have to be the idea of us being galactic beings. I have so many things to say about that. Because I did listen to Amelio's interview with Ishmael. And now Ishmael, he's either the best storyteller I've ever heard, and I don't know how he would have all this information in his head if he wasn't channeling. But who is he channeling, and who's his, he talks about who his direct contacts are. But he also talks about the everything he's saying is kind of like bringing all the things that we've been exploring here together. But I don't know. I don't know. We're going to explore that later. Okay. One thing he did say, and I got to get to your question. I got to get to this, But one thing he did say that I wrote down, and I'm going to have to mention this later again, but so he wrote down and he said Pleiadians, because, a lot of people have been talking about Pleiadians and star seeds. And we even did a video on us being, we did a video on hybrids. I mean, this is all that topic. Okay. And I kind of feel like that is the end of the story. I don't know. You're going to have to tell me what you think. But we have a lot to explore there. And he even said, Ishmael even said that 3-Eye Atlas, like what he's talking about with 3-Eye Atlas, is that 3-Eye Atlas is a being. Now, the lead team told us it was just a comet. But I'm starting to learn that the lead team tells us what we need to hear when we need to hear it, type of thing. It's like what we were ready for at the time. I don't know. I don't know if I like that, but also I have to trust them that they're giving us the information we need to keep our nervous systems balanced, right? So, but it's going to be interesting to listen to Alex talk to that person about us not being spiritual beings. So that, no, the topic, it said, you're not talking to your spirit guides. And I thought, okay, are we talking to like the Galactics? Yeah, like who are we talking to? Are we talking to the Pleiadians? Like who are we talking to? I don't know. We're going to go down that rabbit hole probably next week. And we might be down that one for a while. I don't know if anybody wants to do that. You're going to have to tell me. But I kind of feel like that's the truth in things. That's kind of what my intuition is saying right now. But your intuition may be saying something totally different, and you need to listen to that. Anyway, so Ishmael said that, he was talking about the Pleiadians, and that the Pleiadians actually look like us when they come to Earth, that they look like us. If I heard him correctly, that's what he said when Amelio was interviewing him. And he said they will often, because they come to Earth, and they will often show up as homeless people, he said. And you know what really resonated with me? I meant to tell you this story. Excuse me. Frog in the throat today. I tell you, I can never keep these at 30 minutes. That's just the way it is. I told my sister, I said, why don't we just record, a 2-hour episode and people can watch for 2 hours if they want to, and then we'll splice it. That's what a lot of people on YouTube do, and do clips, So he said that the Pleiadians will often show up as homeless people. Okay, I had this experience about a month ago. A friend and I were going to the movies, and we stopped at the Dollar Tree to buy some snacks. Okay. I'm walking out of the Dollar Tree, and I was really high vibration that day. I mean, I was high vibration. I just remember I felt like I was floating. I just was really felt like I felt so grounded, and it wasn't coming from my ego. It wasn't like, oh, I have things figured out. It wasn't like that. It was completely different. I just was like high vibration. Okay. That's all I can explain it. So I walk out of the Dollar Tree, and there is a man standing there, probably in his 30s. And he looked pretty rough. He was, I would guess he was homeless. Okay. And I swear, he and I looked at each other. Now, any other time I have run into a homeless person, I feel some level of guilt. I question whether I should give them money. And then people have told us not to give them money because of alcohol and drugs, whatever. I didn't have any gift cards on me. I really want to get some gift cards to like Walmart so then people could go get Walmart's whatever they need or whatever. But so that I have some gift cards on me, but I didn't have any gift cards on me. But it didn't matter. He and I looked at each other and we knew each other. And he looked at me and we just smiled. And I walked away from him and I was like, I know that guy. And I didn't know him. I did not know him. I've never met him before. He looked at me like, hello, Karen. And now that Ishmael said that, he probably was a Pleiadian. And he's like, hello. And maybe he's one of my guides, you know? Let's ask. Let's get the guides out right now. And then we're going to go over the last of your questions from this segment. All right. I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides, guardians, the lead team collective, and only those of the highest and purest light. And ask Archangel Michael to please protect my channel, your channel, the lead team collective, our community, so it is all of the highest and purest light. Amen. Hey, lead team, how you doing? Thank you for partnering with us. So, and my spirit team. I'm going to be curious to listen to Alex, you guys. Would you guys... Okay, I'm not even going to ask this right now because it's going to go down a whole rabbit hole, but that person that I met outside of the Dollar Tree, was that a Pleiadian? Yes. Okay. Was this person part of my spirit team? Yes. Okay. I just knew it. I just knew it. We looked at each other. He just gave me this knowing. I was like, wow. And it was a radiating thing. I can't even explain it. There's no facial expression he could have made that made me feel the way I did, even though it was on his facial expression. It was a knowing. It was amazing. And all I did was walk right by. I just walked by him. And actually it was enough. It was enough. And he was putting on some like some overalls or something. What he was doing, but just hanging out outside the Dollar Tree. So anyways, anybody else have that kind of experience? Okay, so let me go over what the 11 comments summed up yesterday about this conversation from the people that this conversation this is where I got the information for this little series we're doing. I still think it's worth exploring the rest because it is interesting information that may be different than information you've had before, because it was for me. Okay. But I wanted to tell you what 11 people in our community felt when they went to listen to the same information. The content feels off, uneasy, or icky. Okay. And it's interesting because I'm not sure. So you guys described it. I think Melinda, thank you so much for how much you said. I think you said more of why. I would be curious. I don't know. I'm not sure everybody said why, because I think that's really helpful. It's like, why did I not feel icky, but you did? And I'm wondering if it's because of the level of vibration, right? So you wonder why somebody like the 11 folks of our community who commented would feel off, uneasy, or icky. And it makes me wonder if maybe you were at a higher vibration. Well, or a lower vibration. I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying maybe you're at a lower vibration or a higher vibration or different. You're just at a different vibration. Do you guys resonate with that? Is that why when each of us listen to different people, some people feel off, uneasy, or icky, and some people don't? Is that why? Because we're resonating? So lead team does that make sense? Because of where it's our vibration? Yes. Okay. Okay. So for those who feel with the ones that we're talking about off, uneasy, icky, the question is, where is your vibration? You know what I mean? Now, what's interesting to me with the JMC broadcasting, and again, I don't mean to call them out or anything, because I do think they're worth listening to. When I first started listening, I wasn't uneasy. But as you know, I've been going down rabbit holes constantly, and my vibration is shifting massively right now, probably a lot of yours too, which means it's rising. So I listened to them, and then a week later, as I listen, I'm not resonating anymore, which I find fascinating. That's how fast I'm changing. So I wonder if that's the same for you. And I'm sure people won't listen to me anymore too because of their resonate. It's where people are resonating, you know? So many of you said confusing, hard to follow, no clear message, described as word salad or lacking substance. I found that interesting. Thank you for that comment, the person who left that comment, because they said if you just read the transcript, you'll realize they're not actually saying anything. And I thought, well, that's interesting. Does not leave people feeling good, no peace, clarity, or uplifted energy. Now, I personally disagree with that. Not disagree, but I just have I don't feel that way with Honey. Because she does not talk, and I've listened to a lot of her videos, she does not talk in divisive terms at all. Now, whether the information she's giving off is accurate, I'm not sure. And it doesn't really matter, to be honest. Like I'm not at a place where I need certainty. I think the higher vibration you get to, that's my sense, is the less certainty you need. Because you're like, yeah, I'm gonna be in my vibration and that's where I'm gonna live, you know? And so I like that. I think that's a cool place to try to get to. So I'm not even looking for certainty. I'm just looking for new ideas of ways to explore things. So some of you did say you felt that they were devices and separating, labels, us versus them tone. Now, I don't know if that was Honey and Lisa or the JMC. I think the JMC more for sure. Strong intuitive reactions to stop watching. Many of you did ask your own spirit guides. I did not. That's funny because I don't really lean into that too much. I don't lean into asking. You think I would be talking to them all the time? I really don't for my personal life. Every once in a while, especially if my husband and I disagree. That's what I'll pull about. I'll be like, so should we? And it's funny because they usually agree with me, so that tells you something, right? Okay. Some felt disturbed by certain ideas or delivery. Okay. Concern about idolizing figures or pushing narratives. Yeah, I definitely think the JMC. But again, when I first started listening to them, I was open to hearing it. But then the more I listened is when I started hearing the Donald J. Trump. I was like, okay, enough. You don't need to call him Donald J. Trump as if he's like the Lord. It's just the way they say it. It's like he's the Lord, I don't know. That's just very off-putting to me. Distrust of financial advice tied to selling products, 100%. It is so hard to listen to people who have knowledge about gold and silver, but then they're selling gold and silver. I'm like, damn it. I just want somebody to have knowledge about gold and silver without selling it. I get why they are, because they are studying it. So just like we're affiliates to things that we talk about, doesn't mean that the stuff I use is not worth looking into. And it's the same with gold and silver, but it's hard to know, isn't it? It's very hard to know. Now, I have asked the lead team about myself buying gold and silver, and they did say about 10,000 each. So it wasn't like transfer all your money, you know what I mean? So, yeah. So many of the 11, your preference was clearer, more grounded, love-based teachers. Totally agree. I totally agree. But I do find their concepts quite interesting. Okay, so the last of your comments from the first part of this series we've been talking about is, let's see. Okay. So, and I know that financial stuff is so challenging right now. The question is how do we get to a higher vibration around it? That's really the question on the table, right? Because we're not going to find right or wrong answers here. We're not going to have any certainty. I am understanding timelines so much better now. And even if there's just one timeline, that timeline, just even us having this conversation changes the timeline. Just everything. It does. You have to live. I mean, everything changes. Our goodwill, our free will. I mean, it's just everything changes it. So that's why, we're not looking for certainty because it's impossible. It's impossible. So the question I think that's more important to explore for each of you who have major worries, because that's what Mabel, when she synthesized your comments about the financial reset concerns, she put major worry areas: retirement, especially ages 60 plus, 401ks, debt plus cost of living. Some believe a financial reset or collapse is coming. Others feel the system has been manipulated for decades. 100%. I mean, that I know. If you just watch, we've been talking about it. If you're just popping in on this video, you want to go back like 5 or 6. Start there, go back 5 or 6, and then come back to this place. And then, like I said, tomorrow I'll be wearing a different shirt. And we're going to start continuing with the rest of this. We're just going to explore it and see if there's anything else worth exploring. Okay. So what do we need to do here about the financials? I really think, because yes, we can keep asking questions, but I don't think you're going to find certainty for each person here. I really think you need to work with your team, work with your energy, raise your vibration. Because the more we raise our vibration, and then believe, like, I've told you before, we have a saying that my husband and I have been saying for 7, 8 years. It's actually at the front door of our house on a chalkboard. It's been there since like 2019. I've never taken it off. It's everything always works out for us. Everything always works out for us. So anytime we've ever felt doubt since we started using that, we'll go, well, everything always works out for us. Him getting in that car accident recently. Well, we got a new car now. The guy ended up having insurance. He didn't get hurt. Nobody got hurt. Everything always works out for us. And now we have a new car, It actually is getting better mileage than his other car was, which is good because of gas prices, right? So everything always works out for us. So I kind of feel like if you are, and the thing is, if you're stressed about this, you are lowering your vibration around what you deserve. So rather than looking for the answers outside of yourself about the reset that's coming, try to all you can do is set yourself up the best you can with what you have, and then trust everything always works out for you. Everything always works out for us. Okay? And maybe look into the fears, the worries, the shadows around that of scarcity, however you need to do that, whether it's get a spiritual book on finances, a spiritual book on scarcity, a spiritual book on law of attraction, whatever it is, work with your team, Do 30 days of writing letters to your team, 30 days of automatic writing so you can get some insights, 30 days of pulling oracle cards around this topic to raise your vibration. Because if your vibration's high around money, you will not have to worry about it. Everything will work out for you. Okay? I really strongly believe that. So the community, what you guys said in your comments from the first part of this conversation was people want open discussion, multiple perspectives. Awesome, because that's what I'm trying to do here, and continued exploration. Many say, keep talking about this, help us think through it. Yep, that's what I'm doing. Please read each other's comments, though, because everybody's helping us think through it. Just like I was reading the comments of the post yesterday. That helped. Now, the next time I go listen to those people that I'm listening to, I am going to take your comments into consideration. And I love that. Okay. So the questions you guys had, and I'm going to go over these pretty quick here from the first part of this little series we're doing. Now, I've already asked some of this, but I'm going to ask some of it again. Okay. Lead team. Please answer. Let me do the law of challenge real quick. So, in the name of Christ, are you of the highest and purest light? Yes. In the name of Christ, are you of the highest and purest light? Yes. In the name of Christ, goodness gracious, are you of the highest and purest light? Yes. Okay. Thank you. So they are. I can't wait to start talking about this galactic stuff. Oh my God. And we are going to have to do some major sessions with them on this. Okay. So, lead team, are you answering based on my own biases? No. Okay. Thank you. So clear that energy as always, right? Yes. Thank you. Is Trump a white hat? Would you consider him from your vantage point of him being what we would call a white hat? No. From your vantage point, is Trump a black hat? No. Is Trump possessed? Somebody asked me to ask that. Is Trump possessed? Oh, Jesus. Okay. They said yes. All right. By lower energy? Yes. Okay. Is Trump... Okay. Okay. This is where it's going to go to that other stuff, you guys. So don't... If you're not ready for this, just whatever. I'm not even sure I'm ready for it. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. Is Trump human? No. Am I human? Yes. But I am hybrid, though, you said. We talked about hybrids. I did a video on hybrids, you guys. You had questions? Yes. Is Trump a hybrid? No. Okay. So is Trump working for the lower vibration? Yes. However, the lower vibrate, my understanding from Ishmael, you guys. So I think Ishmael, he was talking about David Wilcock too. I think he does similar stuff as David. However, I'm literally listening to like him personally on his YouTube channel. So I don't know, like I'm going down a rabbit hole with this. He is talking about the Strait of Hormuz. I mean, he's talking about like stuff going on. And that Trump, but he is mentioning Trump, but he doesn't talk divisive at all. So he is talking about Trump. However, he is saying that this lower, whatever these things are. Okay. Apparently, there is ETs that are of love that we work with, and there's ETs that are not. Okay? And I have come across a different channel that was talking about that a while back, like maybe a month ago. And I actually sent Faye an email and I was like, Faye, you have to listen to this. Like, this is freaking me out. And she did not like the energy of that person at all. And I was the same way. Because it's now, but Ishmael is talking about the same things, but I'm not freaked out by his energy and the way he's talking about it. But he is talking about the same things. I was not ready a month ago to hear that there were bad ETs. I'm not even sure. Are you ready to hear that? I wasn't ready to hear that. And I was like, I think I even said it here. I was like, I can't accept that. I can't accept it. I'm not accepting it. So I maybe I'm just, my vibration's high enough now I can see it, but I can hear Ishmael talking about it. So I just rubbed my nose and now it's all red. Yeah. So, okay. So that being said, I know this is very convoluted conversation. Well, that's where my brain is right now. So you guys, so Ishmael, who, who I'm talking about, is he channeling a being from love, of love? Yes. Okay. So his guidance is coming from love. Yes. Very, very clear on that. So his guidance is high energy, high vibration. Yes. And he has said that the Galactic Federation or whatever, like we'll get into that kind of stuff later, but that they have, quote unquote, won. I guess there's been these battles going on, and they ain't against human versus humans. I know, very Star Trek. I loved Star Trek. See, it kind of makes me wonder if people who love sci-fi resonate with it. I love it. Love it. I always have. Jim? Nope. Not my husband? Nope. Can't watch it. I don't know if that's hi, there's a robin going like this at me. Hi. Oh, he's just right at the table and he's just looking at me. She? I don't know. Sweet. Little guide coming down to say hello. I don't even know what I was talking about. Yeah, so oh my gosh, you guys, I don't know what I was talking about. This conversation must be driving you nuts. Yeah, the team said no. It's driving some people nuts, I'm sure. So, yeah. So Ishmael was okay, so well, let's just put it this way. Is Trump now doing what the Galactic Federation is expecting of him? Yes. So that's good to know, you guys. Because if Trump is guided by the Galactic Federation, and he knows it, by the way, his whatever ET being that he is knows that they have been defeated. And the work that's being done with the Strait of Hormuz is actually the love ETs, the higher vibration ETs, making changes in the world. Is that correct? Yes. So short-term pain for long-term gain? Yes. Okay. So we're going to get into that later, but that explains the whole Trump situation. Yes. Yes, it does. Okay. So he's lower vibration for sure. He's on the side of the evil ETs, correct? Yes. Would you say that most of our government is on the side of the evil ETs? Oh, God. Yes. I'm not going through names because then people are going to have a hissy fit. Just use your imagination. I don't know. I don't know. We're going to be exploring this, and I will do full sessions, not just Coffee with Karen, but we'll do Ask the Spirit Guide sessions about that. We're just going to have to. Okay. When did the financial system in the United States actually break down? These were questions you guys had. Was it in the 1980s? Yes. Was it before the 1980s? Yes. Was it in the 70s? Yes. Was it before the 70s? No. What did I hear? Oh my gosh, you guys. I was watching this video on how the Amish preserve things. And prior to 1950, I want to say, or whenever, 1940, all of us, all humans, preserved things on the counter. I mean, we just did. We left milk on the counter for days, and then if it's soured, they use it as buttermilk, you know? And now, like I've seen people leave comments when I was talking about pressure canning about botulism. It's a real thing or whatever. I get it. It is. But they have made, why you're afraid of pressure canning is because the food industry made you afraid of pressure canning. So I was watching this video on Amish, how the Amish have always continued doing that. And the people who got us to stop doing it was the food industry and the Heart Association. The Heart Association started taking money from the food industry because the food industry wanted us to use refrigeration. And they started taking money from the food industry because they were broke at the time. So the whole thing, like, you just can't, I don't trust any organization at this point. I don't even know how to trust science at this point. We're going to have to figure that out each individually as we move through our older age. Just do your best. That's all you can do. But it's very convoluted. It's very convoluted. So, but I do believe the higher you're at, a higher vibration you're at, the easier it will be for you to know what's right for you. Okay. The easier you'll know. Like, I just started eating more vegetables again, and I'm feeling like that's really right for me right now. So before I was just all meat. And so it's just interesting how, things kind of shift around. So, so the system, was the system dismantled, and the financial system dismantled on purpose in the 1970s? Yes. Was that because the middle class was getting too strong and yes. And because then they would have too much power? Yes. They were making too many decisions. The middle class then was making too many decisions, getting involved in local governments, probably. Yeah. So it was total control. So who is really in control is the question. Who is really in control? Well, I would say the Galactic Federation at this point. I know this is crazy, but yes. Okay. So is the higher vibration in control right now? Yes. Now remember, but we're still going to be doing a split, correct? 3D to 5D split. Yes. So I'm telling you, like, I can see how this is all coming together, but it feels very convoluted right now. So you're going to have to add to this conversation to help make this not so convoluted, because there's so many layers. Now, the next question was, is there a cabal or a shadow system? Yes. And in fact, Ishmael uses the word cabal, and the cabal is actually the bad ETs. Is that correct? Yes. So interesting. I know. I need my what the hell mug. I loved this one though, but I need my what the hell mug. Okay. About truth versus misinformation. Yeah, so a lot of you said, these aren't really questions, but a lot of you said what information is real, manipulated, completely false. At this point, you really, again, just work on your vibration, get your vibration up to a high place, because All of it is real and all of it is false, is how I feel. All information is real and all information is false. All information is manipulated and none of it is. All of it is completely false and all of it is completely true. The reason I'm saying that is because it completely depends on where your vibration is and what you need to hear to keep evolving. This is where I'm at this point, you know? So basically, watch things that interest you. That's what I've been doing. And if they don't interest you, doesn't mean they're wrong. And it doesn't mean they're wrong for other people. That's where we have to stop doing that. We have to stop. Like when the 11 people offered their comments about what we've been talking about here, they were very kind in their comments, just saying, this didn't feel right to me. But they didn't say, Karen, you're a dumb shit for, thinking that no, because they understand. They understand. I know you understand. They understand the vibration. That's the level of information I'm ready for. Right? So that's why I don't think we can lean into truth or misinformation anymore. Like I have a doctor, I was just talking about science, right? I have a doctor who I really trust and she studies things. She looks at clinical trials. She looks at trials, whatever. And I really trust her. Do I think that some of the trials she has learned to trust are probably not correct? Yes. But I am still going to consult with her because I still think she has good information. If while she's giving me information, it doesn't feel right to me, then I won't follow it. But I'm still going to seek it out. Truth versus misinformation. I really don't think we can look for that in black and white ever. This is where we get to lean into our intuition. This is where we get to trust ourselves. I had no idea I was going to talk about any of this today, but this is where we trust ourselves. Okay? We stop looking. I'm just listening to stuff that's interesting now. It's really the bowl of popcorn, I can't believe the number of people who realized right away that last attempt on Trump was fake. Oh my gosh, you guys, did you see the video? Oh my gosh. Give me a break. Okay, the fact that this was even part of the video that came out. So there is a video. Who showed it to me? I can't remember. Sorry. He was on Candace at one point. What's his name? Anyways, there's a video and they have clear video now. It's not fuzzy video. It's clear video. So we have the dog. We have a dog going into the elevator. The guy walks into the elevator. The dog walked into the elevator, obviously sniffed something, probably a weapon, sniffed it. The guy with the dog, the police officer, the Secret Service with the dog, pulls the dog back, talks to the guy in the elevator, and then starts walking away. And then he turns around surprised that the guy ran. And then the guy ran out of the elevator like that with the weapon. So there's no way that guy did not see him with the weapon. Come on. Very clear, very clear. I will post that video below because I can't think of who it was. I will post that video below. Okay? Telling you. So, how do you feel about that in terms of truth versus misinformation? Is that resonating with you? This is our opportunity. We are all sovereign. We are all sovereign beings. We don't have to trust or mistrust anybody. You just listen to information you're interested in. And if it's resonating with you, then trust it at that time. When it stops resonating with you, trust it at that time. There's something there for you. But I can't tell you what that is, and nobody else can. This is why we don't want to diss each other, though. We're all at different places, right? We don't want to diss each other, make each other feel bad because one thing's resonating with me and it's not resonating with you. Okay? Half of you might be like this whole alien discussion, like, what the actual F? Trust me, I've been there. I know. But I'm starting, my level where I'm at is starting to hear it differently. So you may not be ready for that. Follow your intuition. If you're not ready for it, follow your intuition. Does that mean mine is wrong? No, it's right for me because I'm a sovereign being, and so are you, right? That's why we got to stop dissing each other, though. We got to stop dividing. We got to just trust each other to be where we need to be for evolution. Just like when we transition from Earth, we're still evolving. We just, So, all right. You guys said things like MK Ultra, mass events, population control. Are they actually happening? Okay, so lead team, is MK Ultra actually a thing? Maybe we should do a whole session on MK Ultra, you guys. I'm ready to do that. I wasn't in the past. If you guys want to. Yes, it is a thing. Is it still being used? Yes, allegedly in entertainment purposes only. Was the person who did that, I think I asked this already, the last attempt on an MK Ultra control? Yes. What about the situation in Butler? Same thing? Yes. The mass events as well? Yes. Motherfuckers. Sorry. I've really been swearing a lot lately. Is population control actually a thing they're trying to do, the lower vibration? Yes. Is that going to, are they going to be successful in that in the degree that they want to? No. Okay, so are any major events random? Yes. Okay, so like there are random people doing random things. Yep. Are most major events like the ones that hit, okay, are the events that hit the news, are those controlled events? Oh, see the difference, you guys? Because nowadays, do you even hear of school shootings? They're probably still happening. Well, I don't know. I don't watch the math. But I'm not even alternative news. Nobody's talking about it. Everybody's down these other rabbit holes. So that's interesting. Okay, so if it's hitting Fox News, it's a controlled event. Oh, there you go. There's your black and white. I can't sit like this for so long. That's your black and white. Okay. All right. Very interesting. Okay, so about the future. Lead team, is there a financial reset coming for the United States? Yes. I don't see how there can't be. I mean, look at our debt. That's just ridiculous. Is the financial reset going to be positive for all people in the United States? Yes. Is the financial reset going to be better for Americans than what they've been living with? Yes. Okay, good. Is there a global reset coming worldwide? Yes. And so same thing, everybody's going to benefit? Great. Okay. Are you in charge of this global reset, making this happen, this financial reset? Yes. So they're doing it. They're doing it. You know how Sterling says he literally talks to millions of beings? That's who we're talking to. We're talking to the same people, Whether we want to label them as spirit guides or whatever, I'm not sure yet. I got to go listen to Alex's podcast and find out. So are we moving? Oh, Will this system fail suddenly? The financial, yes, it will. Yes, it will. Now, Ishmael talks about actually 10 days of darkness. 10 days of darkness. Yes, we've heard 3 days of darkness. And it has to do with the system being down for 10 days. Is that true? Yes. And are we going to know that though, like in a calm way? Yes. So what they're doing is resetting. Actually, what he talked about is them resetting. Are you guys resetting the power grids is what you're resetting in that 10-day period? Yes. So when you say 10 days of darkness, we're just going to have 10 days off grid, basically. Yes. And we will be prepared for it though. Like, is there going to be panic? So they said yes to prepare, no to panic. So we'll know ahead of time. There's going to be, you guys are going to communicate with us about that. Yes. So there's going to be a switch. So right now, and we're getting way into that stuff too, but it's kind of all related. So Ishmael was saying, again, what he's been getting, the information he's been getting from the galactic people, probably the same as the people who are communicating with us, the spirits that are communicating with us. And I think what we mean by spirit is they're just not in human form, right? But they're in other forms. They're in other forms, not just like a ball of light, because they're living on other planets and stuff. I have other things to say about that, but we'll go down there later. So right now, the galactic, we'll just keep calling it the galactic, they recognize that on Earth, our grid is old and sensitive. And if our grid goes down, then the entire Earth is blacked out. And that's not good. That is not good because we rely on everything, right? So that's the switch they're making and guess where they're doing it? Guess where they're doing it? Anybody can guess where this is happening? Yeah, in Iran. So is this grid upgrade happening in Iran? Yes. Yes. So rather than poo-pooing what's going on, right? So fascinating. So fascinating. You guys, we will be taken care of. We are going to be taken care of. And this is where Honey's information comes in, even though it feels icky to some people, the way that it's presented. There is some truth, I think, because I'm seeing the connections between now how people present the information, just like the way I'm presenting it is totally different, right? And explore the information. There is some convergence in all these things that people are talking about now. And I find it fascinating because why I find it hard to believe that it's just the algorithm that's sending me these things. Because even the people I've been listening to for a while, Amelio, Alex, they're starting to talk about the same stuff. So it's kind of all converging. And I think that there's a reason for that. Is that true, lead team? Is that true that, yes? Is it just the algorithms that are controlling our information? No. So you guys are putting that information in front of people who need the information at the time that they need it. So which means you need the information wherever you're getting information. So if you're still here listening to this an hour and 4 minutes later, my sister's going to it's only because you guys only listen for 25 minutes. So, but I just sometimes want to sit and talk. That's all there is to it. And I'm not going to divide this video up. So whatever. It's all about my energy. I know. Okay. So about personal impact. Okay. So these are the questions you had. What should I do financially, savings, and retirement? Again, You guys, we talked about that in terms of, I don't even think, like, you can get some ducks in a row. Of course, you probably already have your ducks in a row the best you can. Now it's energy. Now it's vibration. Now work on your vibration. How do I prepare without fear? That way. Okay. Should I trust my intuition or rely on logic? I say both. I don't know. I don't know if you can separate them. Should we trust our intuition? Yes. Should we trust logic? Yes. So I don't know. How do I stay stable emotionally? That's going to be very individual, you know. So for each of you, if you're still listening, could you put some comments? Many people already did. I talk about things that I've been doing. I bought a grounding mat, which, by the way, my husband's been using it too. He said to me last night, he goes, I don't know why I'm sleeping so well. And I said, it's because you're using that grounding mat. He did. He's like, I am sleeping so well. And I have to say, I'm sleeping pretty good too. I actually did decide to buy a sheet because I found a grounding mat sheet that apparently you can put under the sheet, under your own sheet, because I don't want to lay on top of it because of the material. So I'm going to try that because I want to sleep on it. So how to stay stable emotionally? There's just so many, crystals, journaling. There's just so many things you can do. I think you know. Okay. Spiritual concepts. Are people playing pre-planned roles? Are people playing pre-planned roles? Yeah, it's that life plan stuff. Are we playing pre-planned roles? Yes. Yes. With free will. Yes. Can someone be good at soul level, but harmful in real life? That was a question somebody had. Yes. Is duality good versus evil? Is that real? Oh, man. I've been in denial about that my whole life. I just never wanted. So good versus evil is a thing. Yeah. Even in when we transition, there's a good versus evil. Yeah. So heaven is not what we thought heaven was? No. Okay. We'll okay. Okay. Well, we'll get into that. Are NPCs or backdrop people real? Yes. Yes. Well, okay. Is Trump an NPC? So the difference, yes, he is. So what an NPC is someone who does not have human DNA. Is that true? So okay, yes. Okay. So is Earth going to belong to humans that have human DNA? Yes. And are we, all the other beings are going to leave Earth? Is that the goal? So that's what's really going on right now, you guys. Okay. Is everybody in this community, if they're likely listening to this, do they have human DNA? Yes. Are all light workers, do they have human DNA? Yes. You see star seeds? Yes. So doesn't that kind of make sense? The earth has been taken over, hence the money resets. And a long, long time ago, not just in the 1970s, like thousands of years ago, the earth was taken over. And you and I have been coming back and coming back and coming back to earth because we have human DNA, coming here to have these experiences and to evolve, to have this experience. We were on Atlantis together. We've already determined that. Okay. We had a session on Atlantis. We were on Atlantis together. Okay. So it's all coming full circle and I'm kind of getting it now. I don't know if you are. I'm on the fringes of getting it. But so there are people walking around There are probably people in your own family, it's hard to say, who don't have human DNA. So is that true? Like in our own families? Oh, yes. Okay. I know this is like a lot. Now I might have to divide this up into two. I don't know. This is getting to be a lot, isn't it? Okay. But you know, those podcasts, they go on for hours. And I can listen to them. I don't know if you can listen to me for hours, but I can listen to them for hours. Okay. So then you guys wanted me to know, can you ask? Oh, ask that we talked about Trump. You guys wanted me to do a session on Doreen Virtue. Okay, I'll do that. Do you guys think we should do a session on Doreen Virtue eventually? Yes, I'll do a post out for questions on her. Bring in historical figures, souls for perspective. Okay, I'll do that. Can you break down risks by location, food, energy? Okay, if you guys want me to do that. Help people connect to guides step by step. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure I'm the best person to do that. There's a lot of people out there who can help you do that. But we can definitely take a look at that. Okay, you guys, that should do it for this video. Oh my gosh. I know I said I was going to pull an oracle card, but I keep talking so much that it's getting long. But tomorrow we're going to get back to going over some more things. And I'm going to pull whatever comments you have from this video and then see where you want to go. But yeah. It's interesting, isn't it? It's really interesting. And we're going to finish up this. It may not take as long now. I don't know. I'll have to go through. And at the end of this, I am going to send you my documents. Remember, I told you I'd send you my outline plus this. So for those who want to read it, if you signed up for our newsletter, QR code right there, I will send that to you at the end. And then we're gonna have to get on to the Ishmael stuff. So I'm going to send you that link below with the 2 podcasts that I listened. Well, I'll send you Alex's one that I haven't listened to yet. Ishmael and Amelio talking. I know I promised some other ones. I will list them below. Okay? All right. I'll see you tomorrow night. Take care. Bye-bye.